So I said, again, I don't read the Cleveland newspapers. I didn't go online, but apparently I'm all over their sports sections because I said Odell Beckham didn't want to go to Cleveland. He's the most New York, L.A., Paris guy in the league. I mean, he vacations in Paris, hangs out with models. He's a superstar. He's an icon. He didn't want to go to Cleveland. Now, I do think he'll work with Baker Mayfield because, I think the combination will work. But I said, and I got it pretty well sourced. He was not happy when he was told he was going to Cleveland. Again, he'll be a good teammate, but it wasn't his favorite choice. So Cleveland's all worked up. And by the way, fans believe what they want to believe, TJ. I mean, for years and years, Aaron Rodgers said, me and Mike McCarthy are great. And I knew they weren't because I had buddies in the organization. They're like, they can't stand each other. So fans believe what they want to believe. Do you think Odell Beckham is just gloriously happy to be in Cleveland?
No. He's not going to say he isn't happy. But no, he wanted to go to the Rams or the Patriots. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And you go to Cleveland, and it's like, oh, man. But when you examine it, it's actually a good thing. They have a really good quarterback. They have other pieces around him that are going to play well. You don't want to leave New York and go to Cleveland. But when you're in the NFL to play football, he's in a good football situation. So winning will make him happy. If they lose, it's not going to be good.
I agree with you. I think it's very combustible. What do you make of Antonio Brown? I mean, he's still taking shots at Pittsburgh. What do you make of that?
Man, Antonio Brown is tripping. I don't understand, why, dude? It's almost like you get a divorce and you're still talking about your other wife to your new wife. You're done with Pittsburgh. What I don't like about it is this. And I thought Ben played a big part in all of this.
Yeah.
But JuJu and a lot of young receivers, they've been watching Antonio Brown in high school. They've watched him in college.
Right.
So when you get drafted to the Steelers, you're like, oh, my God, I get to play with AB. You're excited about that.
Right.
JuJu was excited about that. JuJu is a good kid.
You know him.
Yeah, and it's like for you to come – JuJu admitted he cost you guys the game when he fumbled the ball against the Saints. Come on, bro, don't do that. Why? For what? What do you get out of that? Everybody knows he fumbled. You make yourself look bad. You better play well these next 3 years or you're going to be done. Nobody's going to want to deal with you.
Did you ever play with anybody that you knew they were going to unravel if they got big money?
No, I wouldn't say. The only person I played with that people would think was that way was Chad.
Right, Ocho.
And he wasn't like that. Not like Chad is not going to just throw a teammate or a former teammate under the bus like that. Not publicly. He might say it in practice or he might say it in the locker room. But publicly, no. And to me, I've always believed money doesn't change you. It just reveals who you always wanted to be. That person now comes to the forefront. Ryan Clark would know. You spent time in that locker room. If I was on that defense and I was Ryan Clark or Ike Taylor or Palomalu and he did that with Coach LeBeau, I would have just hit him. What you going to do to me? In a play, I would just hit you. What are you going to do? Come on, man. I just don't understand what he gets out of doing this to JuJu. Well, okay, you're upset that he said Ben was a leader. What else is he supposed to say? They're teammates now. Oh, I agree with everything Antonio Brown said about Big Ben. Of course I'm going to defend my quarterback because he's my quarterback. I'm not going to go against my quarterback because you want me to. I'm not doing that.
Crazy. So last week a story comes out from Tyler Dunn. It took 2 months to write. Multiple sources, some on the record, some off. Listen, nobody looked good in it. McCarthy looked like he had kind of checked out. Aaron looked petty. What did you make of the Rodgers stuff where he froze out receivers? And we can say, well, it's just anonymous sources, but people don't write articles to make crap up. It did look at one point. Mark Murphy told Aaron Rodgers, "Hey, we got a new coach coming. Don't be the problem." They're tired of his stuff. I don't think it made Aaron look great.
The thing is this, and McCarthy drafted Alex Smith, or he played a part in drafting Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers.
Over Aaron.
So once he became Aaron's coach, in the back of Aaron's mind, he's like, what was this guy thinking drafting him over me? So immediately, Aaron Rodgers goes into it saying McCarthy really don't know what he's doing because he drafted a guy over me in the same draft when he could have picked me. So anything that Mike McCarthy did during their tenure together that Aaron did not like, it went back to, oh, yeah, I knew he didn't know what he was doing because he drafted Alex Smith over me.
Don't you have to get over that stuff?
No, you never get over that. That's always in the back of your mind, always. You do something I don't like, I'm going to always go back to that.
Yeah, but back of your mind is different than freezing out people because you're still holding a grudge.
I wouldn't say, I don't know if the freezing out thing, because a quarterback, to me, what I'm going to do, throw the ball away, throw an interception, take a sack.
You know, I mentioned this. Do you remember this, Joey, during the year? Because Joey and I just started working together. Was it August or July? So we worked the whole football season together.
Right.
And one of the things I kept hitting on, I said, Aaron Rodgers led the NFL this year in throwaways, like by a large number. And I said, timeout. He's got a good O-line. My theory was he's throwing the ball away, and what he's telling you, he's calling out McCarthy with his play as if that's a crap play. I'm just going to throw it away. And when you read that story, it felt like, oh, okay. I mean, it felt like when I started reading that story, I'm like, not that he was tanking games. I'm not saying that. But Aaron was trying to prove a point sometimes instead of extending drives.
And that could be the case, but this is the thing you point out, don't be a problem, Aaron. Now, with Matt LaFleur there, Aaron Rodgers has to make this work.
Has to.
If Aaron Rodgers doesn't make this work, you're the common denominator, Aaron. You're the problem.
Right.
You're the problem. He has to make this work now. You have to be acceptable to coaching. You have to make sure that this partnership between yourself and LaFleur works and it runs smoothly and things operate on a good level. If not, Aaron Rodgers is now the problem because Mike McCarthy's gone. You're the only one still in this situation. I think it's going to work. I think he'll find a way to repair his image because he knows now if this doesn't work, it falls on your shoulders.
Yeah, I have this feeling that Big Ben and Aaron are actually going to have really good seasons, almost like I think LeBron is. Because when a great athlete that still has a bunch left in the tank gets just clobbered by teammates and the media, they spend the next 6 months thinking, okay, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. I'm going to be totally focused. Big Ben announced the other day, I'm not doing my Monday radio show anymore. And I'm like, that's because AB's been crapping on you. The media's crushing you. People like me crushing you. Le'Veon Bell's crushing you. I said if I played fantasy football, I would pick Big Ben. I think he and JuJu are going to have a ridiculous year because he's going to want to prove we didn't need you. Like I think Pittsburgh will get buttoned up this year. I really do.
It's going to be that's going to be interesting. I agree with the assessment of Aaron Rodgers and Big Ben going out there with a lot to prove. But when you say the Steelers have a lot to prove, everybody does. But that division they're in, man,
it's way tougher today than
it's a lot. Baltimore is always going to play defense. Say what you want to say about what they're going to do offensively. Cleveland, top to bottom on paper, has the best team in the division on paper. That division is going to be very tough.
Good stuff. Good seeing you, bud.
Thank you, man. Always a pleasure.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.